Hello everyone, Strikoder here and welcome back to a new episode of the OSCP journey. In today's episode we're gonna solve a Linux easy machine called Outbound on HackTheBox. So let's get started. So I copied the IP and exported that to all Tmax panes or panels, and I believe they're called pane, right? And over here we see for now that port 80 and 22 are open. So unlike other user machines, usually we get a username and a pass for an Active Directory set. It's rarely to see. I believe that's the first machine I've seen on HackTheBox. So I will try just out of the box to... What? Okay, because I would try just for fun to connect through this pass. Maybe it's just a machine where you need to privilege your escalate your privileges. I mean, so no, that's not the case here. We had not this. I need the IP. We had a website, so let's check the website. Whenever I have a website, I would like to get FUF over here, but raft and mail outbound. So I'm gonna add that, add host IP, and gonna paste that into here. So we have a username and password. To probably put them over here, and I'm gonna use FUF. So inside here I'm gonna copy mail outbound, gonna press enter. We had a lot of stuff. T300 filter size on 5327, and we see over here plugins, skins. Probably we won't see anything because we're not authenticated yet. And let me try vhost fuzzing. So outbound dot HackTheBox. Maybe we'll get something. Fuzz words and number of payloads do not match. Probably because I forgot to add fuzz over here. So we need to filter on 10. Now we are vhost fuzzing and directory and files fuzzing. I don't know why I cannot pronounce the Z today. Okay. So here we're finished. We don't have anything. Let me then get the pass over here again and try to sign in. So usually when you have a webmail, not but in particular Roundcube, any webmail, you might need to sign in, read emails, change permissions, get an SSH or whatsoever. We don't have anything in the mail. Let me try to refresh. Maybe if we had a mail server, we don't, right? Maybe if we had like a mail server, we would try and send a phishing email. So over here, I don't think we will get anything. We don't have anything in mail. Let's see the contacts. Maybe we can enumerate the users. No, we don't. Settings, maybe if we have something interesting in here. So identities, only Tyler. We don't see anything else. Any other users? Light mode, oh my eyes. And here I believe something is interesting. So we have plugins and we have a version. So probably we will start searching by the version. If we didn't see any exploit, then we'll start searching for a plugin exploit, a vulnerable plugin. Let's start by the version. I would like, since I'm preparing for the OSCP, I always like to start with search exploit. Roundcube, and we see 1610 here. We see 1610 over here. So let me bring that into here. 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, right? 5, 2, 3, 2, and dash m. So we'll copy that into here. And I don't like that it has .na, so let's check what is this file. I see, so it's an MSF file. So there is an MSF module for that. I would like to skip that for now, because in OSCP it's better just to avoid MSF and keep the meterpreter for a useful machine instead of using the MSF for a payload or for a vulnerability, but that's not always the case. What can we do as well? So we can Roundcube 1.6.10 exploit. We can search Google, you know. So we see OffSec. That's great. They have the code, the POC. So I believe over here they are briefly explaining I need a POC on GitHub. Maybe this could do the work. Let's try that. So we see a PHP code. Roundcube. What does Roundcube uses? So it uses PHP. So most of the time, it's preferably to use the backend or the programming language for the CMS or the web application, the same as vulnerability or POC or the exploit, the vulnerability code. So I'm going. We don't need the images, I believe. So I'm going just to take that, or we can press copy, and vim Roundcube, I will call that dot. It's PHP, right? Yes. So I'm gonna paste that into here and then start writing the code. I would not get into the details, but just check that we don't need to change anything. So here a proxy, or there isn't any payload code, that any malicious code. So here a PNG, maybe we can check what this is. So I believe it has 83 stars, so we don't need to be afraid, but just out of curiosity, or we can decode it here. I don't want to decode on Linux. I'll keep my terminal clean. So it's a PNG with a header. So we are uploading a PNG. Then we decode that and we get a shell probably. Okay, let's try that. So PHP. I didn't save that. What? Okay, I didn't save that. Let me copy that again. Paste that. Copy, please. It's not copying. Is my internet down? Or my mouse? Oh, okay. No, everything is great. So PHP Roundcube. Let me check. So we need URL. HTTP. The URL to Roundcube. Let me check. It's gonna be, I believe, like this. Do I need to add the HTTP? Now we would say username is user, which is Tyler, and then pass, and the command ID. Okay. Gadget uploaded successfully. What do they mean? Let me get a reverse shell then. So IPA, that's my IP, netcat on 4444, then echo bash -c. So I'm going to copy this. And remove all of this. PHP, instead of ID, I'm gonna paste this and change the IP. So 10.10.14.95.15.36. It's not a great deal. And 4444 stays the same. And we got a shell. That's great. Now, let me stabilize our shell. Gonna type like this, then copy those, Control Z, clear over here, and hopefully now we get, oops, nah, we don't. So let me check our stty a, I believe -a. So rows and columns, 42, 145. Okay. I quit it, I believe. Let me do that again. Is it because this is a free machine and everybody is changing that? I don't really know. Because I haven't renewed my subscription, the VIP Plus. Let me check the environment. Okay, so I will skip that for now. Let me get the share again. Stabilize partially. And then I would always like to check the directory that we're in. So we are in the root directory, not the root folder, but you know what I mean. And let us check var dub. There is HTML. Let's check there. And we see, so probably this is the website that we have here. Let's check if there is any kind of database in here. netstat-tunnelb. There is no netstat ss. So that's another option that you can use whenever there is no netstat. And let me check home. So we need to change at least to another one. At least to Tyler, then maybe to Mel and Jacob or Jacob, whatever. Let's stay focused here. So we have SQL. And do we see any config? There is a config. Let's check config, then SQL. Interesting. Let's check htaccess. Maybe there is other website that we don't have access to remotely. I don't think so. We need to cat. So config inc.php. I messed that up. Do we see any paths? This is a disk key. I'm gonna make a new file, save that into here. Maybe we would need that later. Roundcube webmail, is that a password? I don't think so. Localhost, so SMTP, maybe we could leave that for now. And here is the MySQL stuff, so I'm gonna take this, save that into here as well, and oops, I got lost. Let me check everything else. So defaults, meme types, I don't think we need anything else in here. Let me get back. So I got stuck. I'm gonna stable again. Bear with me. I would skip the STTY. So that's messing stuff up. Okay, let me know in the comment how to solve this, because to be honest, I haven't had any machine not that stable before. I'll leave that like this. So we were in the var html config. I believe, okay, round the cube. So in config we haven't had anything else. Let's check SQL. What do we have here? Initial SQL, Oracle, Postgres. I'm gonna cut everything in here and check very fast. So this is the structure of the SQL, I believe. I don't think we have anything in here. No. So let's get etc password and grep for anything that has sh, and let me change to mail with this password. Oops. Authentication failed. Then to Jacob. This pass. Have I copied the pass correctly? Let me check. So pass 2025. So I don't think we need the @ and let me try again. We see the user is round the cube, but that's okay to spray a little bit. I'm gonna try mail, then Jacob, and then I will not write that with root. Let's wait. Is this an easy machine? Yes. So authentication failed with all of them. Do we have MySQL here, or we need Legolo? Yeah, we have. So MySQL -h localhost -u round round cube -p. We stick that into here. And do we get a connection? Is that because we don't have a stable shell? Let me try exit again, send that again, and try again MySQL -h localhost -u round cube -p. Copy this, paste that into here. So probably that's because, or we are not allowed to get that through localhost. I don't think so, because it's still an easy machine. So I'm gonna stabilize, unfortunately. Netcat, send that into there. We have a shell. Get this into here. Remove this. Let me check my stdy. So 42.145. So columns 145. Probably that's why it was messed up. And we Control Z. I tried this. No, still the same shit. Okay, dash H, localhost, dash U, round cube, dash B. So I need at least a failure message to be sure and move on. Otherwise, that might be our way in. Maybe because too many people are reaching for the sequel. I'm gonna pause it a bit. Okay, so I got back. Now I believe stuff are better. Let's try. What was it? So this was the pass that we got. I hope stuff. Well, at least they restarted the machine, but still too much player. So local host dash u round cube dash b the password and the tables. The tables was right. Dot help. Ah, okay, because it's MariaDB. So it's not MySQL, or is it? But anyway, we type, it's not SQLite, so we type show tables, I believe. No database, show databases. Use round cube. Round cube. Show tables. And select everything from responses. Empty. From users. So we are either searching for an SSH, a password, a user, anything. So we have preferences, client hash. We see a small hash, but that doesn't lead us to anything yet. Do we have anything that we can enumerate? Cache index. Let's try cache messages. Where does round cube keep passwords in database? No passwords are stored by Roundcube. Against the Imap, but we don't have Imap. So here we see a chef 512. password decryption tool. What does the script do? What this script does? Decrypt Roundcube passwords. DS. Where do we find? So we find the code, but we don't find any information. Do we have... Is this... No, I don't think. That's too small for a hash. Let's keep enumerating. So collected addresses, groups, contacts, maybe in contacts. Contacts. Nothing in here. Searches. Session. And wow. Okay. That's better than I've thought. What are these? And let me make that smaller. What is the first one is session ID, so probably we're not interested about that. Changed IB vars. I mean, we can take the session ID and try to log in. Maybe. But what is this? Let me take this. And I'm gonna throw that against hash database. It was called, I believe. CrackStation, yeah. First of all, I'm gonna throw that into here. So motorcycles. Of course, I'm a robot. Crack the hash. Unrecognized format. So that's my next point. What is this hash? Let me make that bigger. Hash ID. Unknown hash. Okay. Maybe I can search a line again or ask ChatGPT. Okay, here we see a plus sign. So maybe base 64. At least we still have the site up. Yeah, we see base 64 over here. So language, imap namespace, persona. Do we see any password? Yeah, here is it. So the password, and we see this. This is for Tyler. But it's encrypted. Okay, let me go back to here. Tyler, and paste that into here. So we've seen the code. Where is it? Is it here? Decryption tool. So basic usage, encrypted password, and the DS key, which we had in the notes. So here is the DS key and here is the pass. Let me check again. So usage, RC main, yep. So probably that's our way in. I'm gonna pip install that. Already satisfied. And where is the code? So this is the code. Vim Roundcube decrypt dot Python, right? I hope that's gonna work. So Roundcube encrypted password and the S key. Let me check the usage again. We run that, we provide the first pass, which is in, oops, nah. So this is the password. We put that in here. Then the RC mail string, probably this. Hopefully it would give us something. What is this? Why do we have a bin bash? I don't understand. Where do we have that bin bash from? All encryption method fails. So let me exit from here and go up for the RC mail. I believe that's already gone. Let me check again. var www html roundcube and config, and we had to cat config inc.php. That was here, right? Yeah, here is it. But where did we get that malicious code from? I don't really know. Maybe because we have exclamation mark. Do we have any pass? Encrypted password, DS testing key. Is this the password? Really? I don't think so. I really doubt it. Let's try. So switch user to Tyler from HackSmarter. And no. So let's search online how to decrypt Roundcube password. Using the built-in decrypt.sh script of a Python script, both of which require the encrypted password string and the corrected DS key. And where do we find that? Find, maybe inside that. Let me cd into var www. We have 4 dubs, HTML, roundcube. Do we have any .sh here? That's way too much. .sh. Let me go back a little bit. And I would try to find over here. Find in all directories dash name. So it should be called decrypt.sh, decrypt.sh, and dev null. All the errors. I believe it was like this, right? Let me check. So yeah, it's like this. We found it. Roundcube bin, inside the bin. Cd into bin. And we have the decrypt over here, shmod plus x decrypt. Can we please run the decrypt? So we need the encrypted part and not here. Encrypted password. So maybe let's try to provide the encrypted password first. What's happening? I don't really know why. Ah, okay. So let's run that again. Provide this. We got a pass. Let's provide this again. And I'm gonna paste the RC mail stuff. In single quotes. We got the same pass. Okay. So probably it gets the key by itself and decrypt that. Now switch to Tyler. If Tyler, okay. So I was going to say if Tyler didn't work, we would try other users. Now we have other user. Whenever we have other user, a new user, I would always try to use sudo l. Then I would try to search for binaries that we can, SUID binaries, anything running in the background, any credentials, any stuff. So let me sudo -l. There is no sudo in here. I'm gonna copy those from my notes. So if you don't know my Python 3, if you don't know my GTF or bin SUID, check that on GitHub. Actually, I want yes. Let me exit because I want to paste those into here. Take these and paste those into here and wait a little bit till it finds what it should do. Nothing in here. Maybe we can find some cron stuff related to this user. I got that wrong. Nothing. Cron tab L. Also nothing. Basic enumeration. I'm gonna check the history and the version. We see the old directory. Do you see any password in here? Nothing. Wait a minute. Mail.outbound.HackTheBox. I forgot that we have access still to Roundcube. Maybe Tyler would have. Oh, I forgot the pass. Have I saved that into here? Nah, I haven't. I'm gonna search up or down, decrypt. So here is Tyler's pass. And I'm gonna save that into here. Let me remove this. So we forgot to check the Roundcube again. Invalid request. Why is it? Maybe because I had a space. Okay, so collected. Nothing in here. Inbox. Nothing in here. That's okay. We see nothing. I'm gonna get PSPY, cd into home Linux, and let me get enumeration. Actually, let me just start the web server now. I'm gonna get PSPY. I don't have in here. So let me go to Tyler. And I'm going to get limpies. I'm gonna pause a bit. Oh, we're finished. Chmod everything in here. And run limpies. Now I'm gonna pause. So it had finished, and let me run pspy64. So it's either a process running or a credential, because it's an easy machine. We don't have to enumerate all binaries and search for kernel exploitation. Actually, we might have to do kernel exploitation. What is this? Is this our code? We still have this here. I'm gonna open, or I'm gonna just decode that I don't have any place left. Base 64. So yeah, that's our code. Nginx, MySQL. Okay, let's check limpies for now. So I like always to start from above. It's gonna be a little bit. No, I don't think it's a kernel exploit. You usually have the net filter on most of the machines, new machines to be honest. Possible entry points. Here are the processes, cron jobs. Socks are out of our scope. Name servers, we don't have. So I'm almost sure that we need to switch to other user as well. We have .conf, but that's not interesting. MariaDB.cnf. Actually, we have access to the Maria. Maybe we've missed something in the database. Okay. Okay. Aliases, we don't need that. Let me check here. And nothing sus is running here. MariaDB-save. Actually, there are a lot of flags, of red flags, circling around MariaDB. So maybe I missed something in here. So password. This is for Taylor. Do we have any other password? I don't think so. Ah, of course, we had... Wait a minute. We had three vars. It was vars, yep. And this is for the first user, I believe. Let me now get this. Paste that into here. And search for pass. Now pass in here. Search up. Var. Vars. We pasted that. We can paste this as well. So we pasted the one with the equal sign. Let's try this. Do we see pass? We see other passwords for Jacob. I'm gonna save that into here. Jacob. So we need to use decrypt.sh as well. Let me go up again. Vars. Second one, third one, fourth one. So I believe wherever the hash is not too much long, we don't have any pass. That's my take. Vars. So that's why you should use tmux, because we saved a lot of time searching for the file again and decrypting. Let me take everything just as once. I'm gonna take everything. And if we paste everything in here, would that work? Search for pass. Or password. So that's probably is not going to work. Let me decode base 64. So I like to navigate that through the website. You can navigate that through the terminal, whatever you want. This is the first value. Paste that into here and search for the word password. We have nothing. Second session. Where does it finish? It finishes here. Paste that into here. Search for password. We have for Tyler. Third session. Paste that into here. Search for password. We have for Jacob. Just before no, I was going to say just before the last session. We have no password. We have no password. Here two pluses, two equals. So it's for Tyler. We have a password again, but we're not interested because we know for sure the correct one. No password. Are these sessions being generated like at the moment? Why they are increasing? Tyler again. Ah, maybe because we've signed in, of course. So we had other password, and let me go to cd var html roundcube bin decrypt.sh probably, and should copy this, paste that into here. Oopsie. Really? Why do we have nothing? Let me paste that into here as well. So that's strange. Maybe I've missed something. Oops, I cannot do Ctrl Z. So I'm going to pause and get up and decode that again. Okay, so after decoding, oops, I found that there is a forward slash over here that we forgot to add. It happens. Switch user to Jacob. Paste that into here. Sudo -l. Now we can do our enumeration again, but I'll not do the same mistake. I would start from here. And I believe, let me save the password, not the hash. And now we're clear. Sign in. Do we have anything? If not, I'm going to run. No, we have. From Tyler, from mail, we have been experiencing high resources on. For now, we have enabled resource monitoring with below. Okay. Sudo -l. You have mail in var mail Jacob. What is that? Have I understood that correctly? I've got that when I've used sudo -l. Cat var mail Jacob. So that's the thing that we've read. Okay, that seems interesting. So probably our way in with the below. Let me cd into home Jacob. There is no sudo on this. That's strange. Do we have an SSH? We don't. Actually, let's try his password to SSH to the server. SSH Jacob at IB. Yes. Fingers crossed. Where are... Nothing. Have I pasted that correctly? Let me exit from here and switch to Jacob again. And it failed. So probably the password is wrong. Okay, not to that. Switch to Jacob. Now we're switched. Let's try SSH again. Sign into Jacob. So probably we need to make the SSH key. I'll not get into that. Let me try actually the binary. Yes, I need just to copy this and paste that into here. And here we see below. Do we have below in here? No, actually we don't. So let me copy the SSH key into here. So cd home Jacob make directory dot ssh cd into ssh chmod plus 700 700.ssh chmod 700 ssh cd into there. I'm going to stop this, then I'm going to copy my SSH into there. Cat root Strikoder SSH. So try to change that every time you use it, or if you had a stream or a competition, so you'll not get back hacked. And over here, vim or vi id dot underscore rsa. There is no vi, so touch or echo -n this into id rsa cat id rsa. Everything looks great, and chmod 600 id rsa. Now ssh Jacob, and over here -i root Strikoder id ssh id rsa, or was it Strikoder? What? Okay, I'm going to have the root ssh Strikoder dot public key. Take that, add that into authorized key. Keys and chmod 600 authorized keys. Move authorized keys to author. No, it's written. I thought I had a typo. And now let me check again. What the heck? I'm going to remove the IDRSA. And that's strange. Extremely strange. So I'm guiding you through my thoughts. I tried to add that, didn't work. And I don't want to waste my time configuring that. I tried to add that into the add host to Etsy hosts. Maybe it would fix the issue. And I've recalled that we've got a password in here. So probably this is our way in. I'm gonna paste that into here. And oops. Gonna select this and this, gonna use it with Jacob. Let's try. And voila, we are connected. So probably this is a different environment, or probably this is related to mail, which is, I believe, a virtual machine, and this is the Linux machine. Now we're in. Now let's try sudo -l. We see user bin below. So while I paused, I searched for sudo bin below, and I've got, let me check, now my own repo explaining that and how to exploit that. So be sure to check that as well. So whenever we have a below between 0.8.1 and 0.9.0, it's variable to CVE 2025. So you type sudo below, oops, you go to the var, you check the var, and you see which var has root access. So let's try and replicate that, sudo below, or sudo user bin below. So we can use below everything except for config, debug, and -d. Probably those are disabled because we can use inside the vim or v or the text editor, we can escape that and get a shell, but they don't want us to do that. Maybe over here if we type in bash unknown command, so okay, and yep, let's check over here. So we do rm-f to this, and we make a symlink. So cd var log below, we see both of them, and we can play with Jacob and error root. So we delete the root one and then make a symlink for the etc password, then trigger user bin below again, get out, and now we can type to etc password. So let's check. We can echo this. We can do that actually from outside. Now switch Strikoder, and we are root. So that was it. Thank you guys for watching. It was a long episode. It's been already an hour, so please make sure to like, share, leave a comment, and subscribe. See you next time.